This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
Welcome to the Frug Life. Today, I wanted to talk about FSAs versus HSAs, and this is probably going to be a pretty quick episode. So recently, my wife was asking me what the difference was, and so I thought it was a fair enough question to share with my whole audience. So both of these are related to your insurance. One is a flexible spending account, and one is a health savings account. A lot of times when you're signing up for insurance at your company, you may be offered one or both of these. So let's talk about why they're useful. Flexible spending accounts are use it or lose it money, usually. And what it means is you put money into this account, it comes out of your paycheck, it lowers your taxable income, and then during the year, you need to spend it, otherwise it goes away and you lose it. Health savings account requires a high deductible plan, so that means you need to have a plan with a high deductible. So what's a high deductible plan? It means you have to pay more out of pocket before your insurance kicks in. Usually a high deductible plan has lower premiums. So premiums is the amount you pay every month or every paycheck, regardless if you use your insurance. The HSA is pretty useful. People always talk about how it's triple tax advantage. So your contributions are pre-tax, your growth is tax-free, and your withdrawals for qualified expenses are tax-free. So the HSA is really nice in that way. And you can use your money in the HSA, you can invest it, right? It can be invested in the stock market or something like that and growing. And with healthcare, I think it's pretty valuable. The HSA can only be used on qualified health expenses, but that's pretty broad. And throughout your life, you're going to have healthcare costs most likely. So having money that you can spend on healthcare is quite useful. So let's talk about why you might use an FSA. One is you don't have to have a high deductible plan. Some employers may give you a benefit. They may add money into your FSA for free. Interesting. The quote, front-loading quirk. So you can actually spend your whole election at the start of the month, even before it's deducted from your paycheck, potentially. So it gives you money up front that you're going to pay later. Interesting. And then there's multiple flavors of FSA to keep in mind. So normally you can't have an SFA and an HSA, and that's true, although you may be able to get an FSA for a purpose other than the purpose of your HSA. I said that pretty badly, but in my case, I have a dental FSA because I know I was going to have a bunch of dental expenses this year. So I was able to use tax. I was able to lower my tax bill and pay those dental expenses. Now, granted, I need to use all that money. I think it covers eye care too, because both of those things aren't really covered by my regular insurance, right? For whatever reason, dental care isn't health care. Anyway, I could also use it for eye care, apparently. So there's some weird scenario in the future where if I don't use all of my FSA in time, I'm going to go and buy some really expensive eyeglasses or something like that. Probably not going to happen, but it could. If you see me walking around with expensive glasses, you know what happened. All right, let's talk a little bit more about an HSA. So usually you need to have a minimum balance threshold before you can invest in your HSA. Before that, it's just carrying cash around. Oh yeah, after 65, I had AI kind of fact check things for me, so I hope I'm right. You can withdraw your HSA for anything penalty-free, although you do have to pay ordinary income tax. And it kind of becomes like a traditional IRA. It's interesting. But you can keep your money in your HSA forever. You don't need to spend it each year. It's all like I'm kind of alluding to, kind of like another retirement account. So what it's really good for is people who are healthy, who don't have high predictable costs year to year. If you are young and healthy, you can just stock away money in there and hopefully not have to use it. But if you do have to use it, it's there. And in the case of my work's HSA, they give me a big incentive. They give me like $1,000 a year. So that's good. It's free. Work contributes. It's nice. So that wasn't, I think, the most coherent explanation of the two. Hopefully it was sufficient for your needs. If you are looking for more information on insurance and stuff, my new book, Your Money Journey, talks about this more. And of course, remember, all of what I'm sharing today isn't financial advice. I am a CPA, but I am not your CPA. And not necessarily that a CPA is a certified financial planner or anything like that.